Yeah, I love this table. I think it's gonna bring a lot of joy. It's such a over-dramatic thing in my mind to make somebody a piece of furniture because it feels so important to me to be able to put your expression into something and then have it sit in someone's house. It just feels very, feels very special to me. And so that's why I like to sit at the piece with the person. And so it really, to me, it deepens the connection I have with the person without them even being here. Because the whole time I'm building the piece, every time I'm sanding or finishing, I'm thinking about that person, who they are, what they're doing. We usually try to let the table name itself, and so this table had, I think, 3 different names during its building, but it ended up being Gemini because of the perspective gives you 2 completely different faces. One very modern, one very rustic. This top piece is a piece of black walnut from Pennsylvania. It was one of the limbs. It actually wasn't the trunk. It was a very big tree. But it was one of the main 2 limbs. It worked very easily. Some pieces will try to fight you when you try to flatten them, or they'll say they don't want to be flat, and they'll keep continuing to curve, but this piece just fell right into flatness. Worked really well. As soon as we cut the mortises, they never moved. This table was a dream to work with. This tree was ready to become this table. We don't normally do a pass-through mortise. We like to try to do pockets where the mortise sits below the surface of the table. But we wanted something more dramatic to kind of fit the flair of this table. And so we brought the mortise all the way through. And so these 2 inlays are actually the Gemini symbol. And so we made those out of black walnut, dropped from the cuts of the edges of the table. The legs are a curly or quilted maple. We rescued these pieces of timber from becoming gun stocks of this curly maple. And we figured a more peaceful and connective use was for a coffee table. Sometimes rigidity, especially in the design process, you get an idea and it feels good, a theme, and that rigidity keeps you from seeing the end product that you really want for the person you're making the table for. And so I let go of a lot of that. Like I said, we don't usually do these pass-through type mortises, but I knew this particular person loves that look. And so letting go of that attachment in me and still finding my expression through that process is always a muscle I enjoy exercising.